What's going on, guys, and welcome to the video. So we're going to be looking at the AT-2, and with this vehicle and the AT-7 and going all the way up to the Tortoise, they have a very unique playstyle that's similar to how you would play like the T-28, the T-95, stuff like that, because there is no retreat in this vehicle. You're too slow, you turn too slow, you drive too slow. This is with a turbo, by the way. And it just, you cannot get away from anything. So don't try in this tank. Don't try to retreat. And if you do try to retreat, back up to do it. Don't even turn around, because once you're turned around and someone has your backside, and you can get perma-tracked and you're just done for. So I'm coming up to this location. This is a tier 5 game, so I know that my armor should be, as long as I'm a good 100 meters plus away, I'm going to be hard to pen. The cap is a big target, but only when you're starting to get up close with people. Or if someone has really good accuracy, they might be able to pick it off, right? I'm going to show you these. I have a live video to bring as well that I might post that before this one. So you guys are going to see plenty of this tank, because I just decided to buy it because I kind of want to go up to the AT-7, which is the tier 6, and it has like 200 something armor. I don't know if I'm going to go any further with this line, because they are just miserable to play. They're very slow and not my kind of play style. But it's something different to show you guys, right? And that's what I'm doing. So we take one shot from the Panzer IV, and this is going to be a double feature, this video, I forgot to mention. So in showing you kind of how to play this thing and what you have to do to make it work, you got to be very, very cautious. And here we are. I'm just making sure that I am keeping my front facing everyone in this area. Valiant comes by. I believe I start loading APCRs for this guy. You can see he's trying to target the cap there, and this tank is just very, very powerful when it comes to frontal armor. Really as simple as that. That's how you want to play this thing. You always want to keep your front facing the enemy, and if you can, you want to try to hide the cap. Now on this tank, I believe the cap is on the left hand side, so what I try and do is do the opposite of what I'm doing here. I'll try and find something that like maybe this little one of these columns here, and try and put the bubble behind it, and you can see even going sideways here, I'm facing like this, and there's an enemy over here, and still I am bouncing shots. And that's what this thing is able to do at tier 5. Now if you're getting into tier 6 and 7 games, do not expect to bounce a lot. Even tier 6, with this thing has like 150 front armor, you're gonna bounce, but I mean, don't rely on the armor as much as you would at tier 5, right? So here comes AMX. I'm able to get a pretty wicked shot into his side of his tank there, and that just penned, and we clean him up. And this game was like 4-0 at one point, right? And now it's tied. So we've brought it back, and I'm going to try and turn now on this Matilda. I'm looking for shots over here. I see the Su-85, trying to get a few shots into this guy. I just don't have the right angle, really. We get one into the Matilda, and I'm not going to get too aggressive, because I don't want the Matilda with his DPM poking at my cap and stuff. So at some point you gotta know when to pull back a little bit, and that's all I'm doing here. I'm just making sure that no one is going to come up behind me, because that is what you have to do in this tank. No one can be behind you or even to your side. You have to play this thing like you cannot be flanked. It's really that simple. You have to push up against buildings, push up against walls, to make sure that no one can get behind you. So I'm going to come around this way. ELC is here. I auto lock him, hit him in the track, unfortunately, and I think I do get him tracked right here. I do. And now trying to track him again, I get one more into him here, and he gets away. So we're getting a good amount of damage there, 646 damage, 341 assist, and all I'm doing is just trying to put myself in a spot where people will not be able to come around me easily. So I do have a second video to show you guys, so I'm going to try and kind of get through this to the end, and you'll see where this vehicle is working well at its tier. So I'm getting here, I'm seeing that people are dying, right? And I'm going to try and get right here because I can make this work from here. Trying to take a shot into the ELC. I get one into him there, leave him at 1 HP. And now I'm going to start backing up and prepare myself to get flanked. I was thinking about coming here or here to one of these corners. And as it turns out, guys, that's probably not even going to be good either. So what I do is I see the Panzer is camping back here. And for whatever reason, right, I'm going to back up even further and come around this way and now put myself here. And what that allows me to do is get shots in this direction or spot people in this direction. If they come around the back side of me, well, we have to turn, right? That's all that's going to happen. But I have no one else to support me here. So here we go. Let's put it on kind of half time so you can look at the map real quick, see what's going on here. And now we're going to go on real time. Here comes the Su-85, guys. He's going to try and face hug me. Terrible decision on his part. And now Valiant is in front of me. I'm going to start loading APCRs into the Valiant. I don't want to get flanked. Here comes the Panzer. We're going to turn so that the Panzer cannot flank me. I want to try and clean this guy up. Unfortunately, I can't. I see that the Matilda is coming right behind me, so I'm going to turn again for the Matilda. I'm turning around, turning, and here's the Matilda. I'm going to put myself up against the wall to make sure this guy cannot get behind me because he tries here to get behind me. And here we go, guys. We are trying our best to, clean up this Matilda so I can now turn on the Valiant, and the Valiant should have came around me. These players were not very good, right? They were not very good. We're able to get shots into the Valiant here. I'm going to aim the last one into the Valiant, and we clean him up. Now, if these guys were smart, I would have been dead, right? But this is a good example of why this thing works well at this tier. So, my GPU is getting really hot doing this video, which I'm surprised. It's not that hot in here. But, we're going to go after the SAV, right? And Panzer actually cleans him up. 5 kills. We're just one short of a Top Gun. And yeah, that is how to make this thing work. Don't get flanked in it, right? And in that situation, if these guys were smart, they definitely would have killed me. But I wanted to show you that just so you could see kind of how this thing can be, can work and can be played in these situations where you're basically getting bum rushed. So that's the first game. Let's look at the templates, guys. It was a first class. You got like the steel wall or whatever that thing is, and we did 1,315 damage, 5 kills, 941 experience, and we lost 42k because we shot all the APCRs, and we did 341 assist damage as well. So this wasn't bad, combined score. And we are running a turbo on this thing. Optics, I always run optics, and the rotation mechanism with rations, and we are also running, it looks like, situational awareness and repairs. Always run repairs on these things because it'll help the speed that the track is repaired at. And then we're running the things for dispersion, and that's it. I don't have a crazy crew on this thing. So that's it for the first game. Let's take a look at the second one, and the second one is pretty long. I just played it. It's kind of fresh in my mind, and yeah. So I'm going to open up the templates first. You guys are kind of going to be spoiled, see the damage and stuff, but it's a very, very, very good game. Pretty intense. It was on Empire's Border, I believe is the name of the map, and I'll also 2 times some of that because I like to try and get through these videos. What are we at now? 8 minutes. So we're going to try and get through it as quick as we can, but I want to at least bring some sort of strategy to kind of help you guys in just, figuring out how the heck you're supposed to make this thing work, right? So I have my nice paint on this thing, looking like a baboon. So if you see the logo, actually, I don't have the logo, I guess because of the way the replay is. Maybe it doesn't have the baboon logo, but I made my paint like this so that it looks like the baboon logo. It's got like the blue and red on the gun and then brown on the body. So we're gonna go this way, and I'm not gonna go that far. This is what you have to plan so far ahead when you play tanks like this. So what I'm doing is just kind of planning ahead. We're gonna go like on 8 times to get through all this because this tank is so slow. And we're going to come up to this rock. At this rock, what I can do is turn this way. I have shots going against the T-34 and stuff. We're able to get kind of a lucky shot there. and then I'm looking for the cap on this T-34. I'm able to get one into him. So 2 shots, you know, at the start of the game is fantastic. And once we're done dealing with these guys, we can simply back up, and we have the rock for protection. Also helps against Artie, and then I can face this way and clean up these guys. So throwing it on 2 times, there's not much going on right here until people start coming around this corner. You're going to see that. People start coming around this corner. I'm turning my tank. I'm getting hit by Artie as well. And here we go, guys. We have a Stug. We have a T-14. I'm going to just go pepper away at the Stug. We hit, you know, his track there and stuff, and we just have the regular APs loaded at this time. I don't need the APCRs yet, so I'm trying to, you know, not be a noob and load full gold. So Stug is kind of coming up here. It's not looking good, right? We're down, you know, 3 tanks. Get a shot into the T-14 there. I know I'm spotted now. Stug is trying to get a shot into me. I am just ripping this guy to shreds, and we get him to a 1-shot basically, and we clean him up by hitting the corner of his tank there. KV-1 is here. I'm loading the APCRs. He gets a shot into my cap, and this guy is going back to the garage. He's dead. Now we just have to worry about the T-14. And here he is shooting at me. I'm just going to spam like 6 or 7 APCRs right here. See if I can hit this guy. I'm not sure if I hit him or not. I don't think I do actually. But I'm trying to make it look like I know that he's spotted. You know, I'm trying to make it look like I can see him so that he pulls back behind the rock. And yeah, guys, I put like 11 APCR rounds in this direction, and we just kept going and going and going, and you know, eventually I'm like, all right, I'm gonna run out of APCRs and lose like 50k coins doing this, so I don't want to keep spamming if I can't see him. So we're just waiting for this guy at this point. Here he is, and I don't remember what his health was before, so I don't know if we hit this guy or not, but Artie's able to clean him up there. I get the spotting damage, 982 damage, 213 assist, and now we can kind of speed it forward again because there's not much going on here. Bishop is trying to run forward, and I'm like, dude, I know you're trying to get shots like over here, but back up because we have no idea what's around this corner. And now I'm trying to kind of support this guy. But I end up coming all the way back around because I'm looking at this portion of the map over here, guys. And I'm seeing that there's like STRV, KV1, VK. And I want to see if I can support these people. So I'm sitting right here. I even put on the map, like I right click on the map and tell people where I am. I'm like, you know, here I am. Like, you know, if you guys need help, come back to me. Because I can't, in this tank, you cannot go out into the open. You know, don't do it. Try not to do it anyway, guys. And what I'm going to do is come up this way so that in case I get flanked somehow, you know, I will have this wall to go back to, more than likely. Or, you know, I will play next to a building or something like that. Even though these are breakable, it sort of helps you, you know, still to like prevent people from shooting you at first and stuff. And then I'm gonna move up and I go to like this rock over here so that I have something to back myself up against in case, you know, I get myself into trouble, right? So we're gonna continue going through this. I'm telling the T-67, like, I can't help you, man. I can't help you from there. You need to come back to me. And he gets like one-shotted by the KV-1. And yeah, that's what happens. And people like, some people will complain, thanks for the help, AT-2, thanks for the help, T-95. You know, I can't tell you how many times I've been in these situations where people like bitch and complain, and I'm saying to them, dude, I am, you know, a turretless TD that can move about 19 kilometers an hour. I can't just drive out there and help you. You got to come back to me, you know. So here we are, we're going against the KV-1, and the T-34 ends up appearing here. The T-67 appears behind me, and now, you know, I feel like I'm in trouble here, so I'm going to back up. T-67 is looking for a shot into me. I don't want him to climb down behind me. This guy probably, if he was quicker about it, could have climbed down behind me and been behind me, and then I would have been in trouble and would have needed the Bishop to help me. Luckily, the Bishop's able to hit a good shot there, and I'm going to pull back out and see if I can spot the T-34 or the KV-1. So what I'm doing here is putting myself up against the side of the wall to try and, you know, I'm even looking at it like this, to try and prevent the KV-1 from hitting my cap. And I'm able to do that, you know, using the way that the wall kind of works here. So we're coming out. T-34 is spotted. Here's the KV-1. I'm going to try and get shots into this guy's track so I can track him. These shots are just missing. I'm trying to move back a little bit because I don't want the T-34 to have shots at me at the same time, but he ends up having shots at me anyway, and you can see him probably putting shots into my cap or the side or whatever, and I'm going to clean up the KV-1 as quick as I can and now face towards the T-34. It's just the T-34 at this time. He's backing up, so now I know where this guy is. Finally, we can actually press in this tank. This is when you can actually move forward in this tank, is when there's only one enemy left and you know you can't really get flanked. M41 HMC is coming right behind me to help. Here this guy is. I'm loading the APs against him. Already tries to hit him there, and we clean him up. 15 to 12, guys, was the final, and we did 1536 damage, 213 assists, blocked 585 damage approximately, and it was 4 kills. So that is where this tank is working. Really, it's only working in tier 5 games. I have had some decent, okay tier 6 games. Tier 7 though, people are just gonna like rip you apart. So if you get into tier 7, good luck. But you know, don't just count this tank out. It doesn't suck. It's just probably the way you play it if you're not doing well in it. And you know, keep in mind though that there are going to be games where you just suck in this tank. I'm telling you, I'm a pretty good player, but there's been times in this tank where I get flanked like right away or something, and I am just ripped apart, and it's just frustrating, right? But that's the way these games go when you play in a tank like this. There's just nothing you could do. You know, if you get flanked and you get tracked, you'll see in my live video that happens to me. I'm getting hit from like 3 different directions, and you know, when that happens, you just have to accept it and move on to the next game. There's nothing else you can do. So let's get into the templates for this one. This was a first class, guys. It was a high caliber, and you know, we're looking at 1,772 damage total, 4 kills. So I think there was a couple blind shots there or something, right? 957 experience, and here we go. We lost 69k from shooting all those APCRs, and that's a lot. 213 assistance, 1772 damage. We're looking at like almost 2,000 combined, which is phenomenal in the AT-2. And I did decide to change optics out for binocs. Because to me, you know, I'd rather have the view range in this tank. That's it, guys, for the AT-2. I will have the live video on this tank, so, you know, just keep that in mind if you see it before this one. And I'm trying to think of anything else I got to say at the end of this video other than that. I mean, we have LTTB and T54 lightweight to bring you. I have those two to bring you guys, and yeah, I mean that's it. You know, we discussed how I have this thing set up, and that's it for this tank. Be careful in it, guys. Just always keep something behind you so that you can back up and not get flanked. That's it. I'll catch you guys for the next video. Hope you enjoyed. Take care of yourselves, and bye-bye.